my nursing career, I had done a lot of different things. I had been a bedside nurse, I worked in the floor, ICU, leadership, was the director of a unit. You know, I had done a lot of different things and I was looking for something else. I had done some precepting, oriented a lot of nursing students and fellow nurses throughout my career. And I was looking to still impact nursing, but in a different way, in a bigger way. And honestly, I never thought that I could teach. It was not something that necessarily jumped out to me as a skill I had, because I'm not one necessarily that likes to talk in front of people. You know, that's a fear for a lot of people, and it certainly was for me as well. But what I found was when I talk about nursing, I could talk about it all day. It's something I'm passionate about, something I enjoy, and now that I have a lot of different experiences, I feel like I can share my experiences and those stories with people who are coming up to be nurses. So I feel like I can really impact nursing as a profession and hopefully help develop new nurses that get out there and then learn to do things the right way. So I feel like I'm still contributing to the nursing profession, and the way I get to do that is by sharing my knowledge and experience nurses moving forward into their profession. One moment that made a difference, I think, in my life, it kind of changed me as a person in my nursing career, was back in 2010 when there was an earthquake in Haiti, and our team from Miami Children's Hospital went down within 5 days after that earthquake. And there was a lot of devastation, a lot of pediatric patients that we took care of, and there was nothing there. There was no equipment, there was no vital sign machine. Luckily, we did have some medications. There was nothing to hang your IVs on, and we had to just, you know, use our ingenuity and come up with ways to MacGyver different things, you know, to make it work. And I really had to rely on my basic nursing skills, right? Assessment, my compassion, being able to manage patients with very little of the technology and bells and whistles that we have today. And that really brought home the important thing is just being able to relate to people, take care of people, and your basic nursing skills is what got me through that. And that experience changed me, made me feel good about my profession that I chose. And I was able to help a lot of kids that have been through a lot of trauma, and was there for them and made me feel like I was able to help and do something in that moment. Actually, I would say that nursing chose me, in that I didn't have necessarily a role model or somebody I knew that was a nurse, but when I started going to school and taking classes, I knew I loved working about the body. I was always fascinated with that. I loved working with people. I think somewhere in there I really enjoyed helping people. And when you put those three things together, nursing seemed like the obvious choice. It's challenging. Nursing school is challenging and the profession is challenging. This is something you have to want to do, right? If you go into nursing for the paycheck or the travel or some other motivation, I don't think you'll last, right? The most important thing is having that passion, wanting to help people, work with people, educate people, help them be their best, right? When they're feeling not so well, you're the one who's there to get them on the right path and get them back to health. It takes everything you have. So it's something you really have to want to do. So I would urge you to just follow your passion. If this is something that you think you want to do, make time for school. It has to be your number one priority. It's that important. People's lives are going to be in your hands, and you need to take it that seriously. That's the way you'll be successful, is to have that mindset that this is your number one goal. This is something I want to do for my lifetime. And nursing is an excellent profession. I'm still in it, right? So for my whole life, this has been the thing that I've been most passionate about. And that's what we need, are nurses who are passionate about helping others. about learning every day, about keeping up with all the new technologies and things coming out. It's exciting, it's fun, and it's something you can really put your heart into. And what you put into it, you get out 10 times more. I don't think so. I don't think so. This is what I want to be doing, no matter how, whether you're at the bedside, whether you're in education, right? You're contributing. The bottom line is you're helping people. That's what it's all about. And for me, that's the most fulfilling part. I always think to myself, I'm in a job where I have the luxury of being able to impact so personally someone else's life. And whether that's in the hospital with a patient and helping them get well or relieving their suffering, or whether it's in the classroom or in the office where I'm working with nursing students and changing the trajectory of their life.
I feel like a big thing that has really made me and inspired me to learn from her is that she always likes to stay up to date about clinical progress, clinical evidence-based practice. She likes any new clinical studies, clinical cases, and I feel like that's what makes her such a great professor.
She teaches in a way that's really grounded in what we'll see as actual nurses, which makes her more of a mentor rather than just an instructor.
It really shows us how much she cares about kids and how much she cares about pediatrics in general, so it really makes other people more passionate about doing it too. And it's actually inspired me to want to go into the field myself.
I love it. It's my passion, and I found that with teaching, I can bring my knowledge, experience, and all things that have helped me in my career and pass that on to people who are looking to do the same thing. So I think that's valuable, and I feel like I can contribute to the nursing profession by just trying to help develop really excellent nurses that will come out of Seminole State and do really well and help a lot of people in the community.